Well, 2 rounds to go now until the finals for 2016. For this episode of Lachie's weekly footy roundup, soon to be known as Lachie Does Footy once again, we're going to be taking a look at the results from round 21 of 2016, the latter after round 21, and we'll be predicting round 22. 2 rounds to go now. This is getting interesting this season. First up, we got the third to last Friday night game at home and away season. Western Bulldogs and Collingwood at Etihad Stadium. For Western Bulldogs, by just 3 points. What a game that was for the Dogs. Marcus Bontempelli starting to come in his own. 26 disposals, 8 marks, 8 tackles and 2 goals. Collingwood's best was Adam Treloar with 35 disposals, 9 tackles and a goal. Brodie Grundy won the ruck battle against Jordan Roughead with 47 headouts. Multiple goal kickers for the game. Darcy Moore with 3 for Collingwood. Still side bottom. Adam Oxley and Jordan De Goey with 2 each for the Pies. As for the Dogs, Lin Jong with 2. Nathan Hrovat with 2 in his second game of the year. Tory Dixon with 2 and Zane Cordy with 2. Same with Bontempelli. Now, as another mention in this one, well, Luke Dowhouse kind of played a bit of a midfield game with 81 disposals and 5 tackles and 5 clearances. Saturday football, Brisbane and Carlton at the Gabba. Well, what a game that was. The Blues nearly won it. The Lions got up by just a kick. This is Carlton's second loss of the year at Queensland. Well, I guess the Blues, they need to build a Icon Park in Queensland if they want to win games out. Well, Tom Rockcliffe had a great game for the Lions. 39 disposals, 12 tackles, 6 clearances and 2 goals. Dane Zorko, 27 disposals, 4 tackles and 3 goals. I didn't expect the Lions to win this game. Michael Close kicked 4 this game for the Lions. Dane Zorko with 3, Tom Rockcliffe 2. Well, this team might actually avoid the wooden spoon. Levi Casbolt with 4 for Carlton. Jack Silvani 3 and Matthew Wright 2. Next game, Hawthorn and North Melbourne at the MCG. Well, the Kangaroos have been catastrophically poor for the whole game. Well, if they keep up this bad form, they might not make I don't think they'll make the finals. Isaac Smith had a great game though for Hawthorn. 33 disposals, 11 marks, 7 tackles and a behind. While for North Melbourne, Andrew Swallow was their best with 29 disposals, 7 tackles, 7 marks and a point. Now we move on to the goal kickers. Cyril Rioli with 3 for Hawthorn. Paul Piopolo with 2 and Luke Bruce with 2. While for Drew Petrie, one of the last remaining players to be coached by Dennis Pagan, kicked 3 goals. Sam Gibson kicked 2 for the Kangaroos. And anyways, that would be it to report for this game. We got the next game in Sydney, GWS and West Coast. What a classic! GWS they nearly won the match. Nick Natanui was the hero for West Coast, winning the game for them by 1 point. Luke Shuey was West Coast's best in this game with 38 disposals, 13 clearances, 6 tackles and 2 goals. I reckon he'll get the free votes for this game. Stephen Canelio was the Giants' best with 28 disposals, 8 tackles, 6 clearances, 6 marks and a point. Nick Natanui, well, he didn't just win the game for the Eagles, but he had a pretty good battle in the ruck with Shane Mumford, with Nick Natanui winning by 8 hitouts. Now for the goal kickers. Rory Lobb kicked 4 for the Giants. Devon Smith with 2 and 2 to John O'Patton. And also 2 to Ryan Griffin. He's starting to get back to his Western Bulldogs best in goal kicking. As for West Coast, Josh Kennedy 3, Luke Shuey 2, Matt Prentice 2, Mark Lacroix 2, and Nick Natanui with 2. I think that's about it to report for this game. St Kilda versus Sydney at Etihad Stadium. The Swans got up by 70 points. I thought the Saints were going to make a late run for the finals. But I don't think this team's ready. Luke Parker had a great game though for Sydney. 33 disposals. 5 tackles, 9 marks and 3 goals. St Kilda's best in this game was Lee Montagna with 27 disposals, 6 tackles and a goal. However, Buddy Franklin had a great game for the Swans. And he managed to get 28 disposals, 9 marks and 6 goals. As for the other goal kickers, Xavier Richards kicked 3, Luke Parker with 3, and Tom Papley with 3. Meanwhile, Paddy McCartan managed to kick 2 in this match. He's the only one from St Kilda who led the goal kicking in this match. Next game at Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide and Melbourne. This is the same night as the Sound of Music tribute concert at the Royal Festival Centre. Or should I say Festival Theatre in Adelaide. And there's a Sound of Music Crows fans wanted to hear. Port Adelaide lost by 40 points. Dom Tyson had a great game though for Melbourne. 29 disposals, 7 clearances and a goal. Max God won the ruck battle against Matthew Loeb. He's had 47 hit-outs and 16 disposals. Sam Gray was Port's best with 25 disposals, 9 tackles and a goal. It looks like now Melbourne might be the team putting the pressure on North. Following that win against the Power. Let's look at the multiple goal kickers. Jeff Garlett, Tom Bugg and Angus Brayshaw with 2 for the Demons, while Aaron Young and Jared Pollock, the son of one of the butchers of Barossa Fine Foods, Stan, kicked 2 goals in this game for the Power. And now we move on to Sunday football. Am I seeing things? Is it the end of Brangelina? Or should I say, aka Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, is they about to get divorced? We have just witnessed another shock event. It is the invention of... Although Pokemon Go really was invented a few weeks ago. Actually, it was a win for Essendon! Essendon have won! 6 points against the Gold Coast! They've won their second game! I didn't expect this! Although David Zaharakis had a great game for the Bombers with 40 disposals and 6 tackles. Acting captain Zach Merritt with 38 disposals, 6 marks and 4 clearances. Took Miller was Gold Coast's best with 39 disposals, 4 tackles and a goal. Orazio Fantasia and Connor McKenna were Essendon's multiple goal kickers. Fantasia kicked 3 and McKenna kicked 2. While Peter Wright, Tom Lynch and Sam Day were all Gold Coast's multiple goal kickers. And I also was seeing things. Jake Long made his debut this game for Essendon. His father, Michael, won a Norm Smith medal in 1993. Anyways, that will wrap up this game. Now we move on to the next one. Richmond and Geelong at the MCG. Oh my days. And I thought Richmond were going to win this game. They were 35 up at 3/4 time. And I think they just committed the Heimlich manoeuvre. We lost by 4 points. Safe in the Australian swimming team did at Rio. They both blew their lead. Anyways, now we move on to the game. Dustin Martin had a great one with 36 disposals for the Tigers and 770 metres gained. Basher Hooley had a great game for Richmond himself. 32 disposals, 11 marks, and no impact on the score sheet. While the Selwood brothers played really good for Geelong. They combined for 55 disposals, 9 tackles, 11 marks, and a goal each. Now we move on to the multiple goal kickers. Sam Lloyd with 3, Ty Vickery 2, and Daniel Rioli with 2 for the Tigers. While Sam Menegola and Lincoln McCarthy with 2 each for Geelong. Last game of the round, it's in Perth. Fremantle and Adelaide. What a win by the Crows. 72 points in Perth. Well, I'm kind of not surprised anymore seeing Fremantle play this bad this season. I've pretty much given up on them back in April. Scott Thompson had a great game for the Crows. 26 disposals, 7 marks, 7 tackles, and a goal. Fremantle's outstanding player this game was Lachie Neale with 31 disposals and 9 clearances. Now for the multiple goal kickers. Michael Walters and Matthew Pavlich were the only multiple goal kickers for Fremantle. Walters 5, Pavlich 2. While Betts kicked 6 for the Crows. Jenkins 5, Lynch 2. While a few more Crows had kicked goals. Even Jake Lever got on the score sheet for the Crows. Anyways, now we're going to look at the ladder after round 21. Well, the top 3 has not seen any change. Hawthorn is still top of the table. Second's the Swans and third's now the Crows. They might have a chance to win the minor premiership if Hawthorn somehow drop points. Geelong move up to 4th. GWS are now in 5th. 6th, we got the Eagles. The Bulldogs are in 7th. And North Melbourne sit in 8th right now. While Melbourne are starting to put the pressure back on the Kangaroos with a 9th place finish. St Kilda are in 10th. And Port Adelaide slipped down to 11th, while the bottom 7 hasn't seen much change. Collingwood, Richmond, Gold Coast, Carlton, Fremantle, Brisbane and Essendon all in their same positions. We move on to the second to last round, round 22. Hawthorn and West Coast and Hawthorn at Subiaco Oval in Perth. I got a feeling I reckon the West Coast Eagles would actually get up in this game by about 21 points. North Melbourne and Sydney at Bloodstone Arena. North Melbourne are falling apart. Even though they're having a 1996 premiership reunion, I got a feeling Sydney will win that game and get revenge for 1996 by 27 points. Richmond and St Kilda at the MCG. I reckon the Saints will get up by 1. Giants and Fremantle at Spotless. I reckon the Giants will get up by about 88. Collingwood and Gold Coast at Etihad Stadium. Hello, hey Mum, sorry, just doing some recording. Collingwood will win it. I reckon Collingwood will beat Gold Coast by 65. Port Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. The Showdown 41. I reckon the Crows will win that one by 15 points. Mate, Port Adelaide fans, please don't bring any fruits and vegetables to the ground and target at Crows players. Although it's a showdown. On Sunday, we got Carlton and Melbourne at the MCG. I reckon the Demons will get up in this one by 28 points. And basically need one more win to make the finals. Brisbane and Geelong at the Gabba. The way Geelong are playing and the way Brisbane are playing, I reckon Geelong by 70 points. Last game of the round, Essendon and Bulldogs at Etihad Stadium. The Dogs don't have Stringer in the forward line. He's been dropped to the reserves. I reckon the Bulldogs will still get it done, though, by 44 points. That's it for round 22. As we know, next episode, we got one more to go to finals. And beforehand, let's take a look at, see if anyone else has retired this week. Well, Trent West will be retiring at the end of the season for Brisbane. Same with Daniel Merritt. Well, Essendon will have 2 players hang up the boots after this game against the Dogs. Matthew Stokes will hang up the boots, and Adam Cody will hang up the boots against his old side. And we'll be back soon for the last round. I reckon the suspense will be happening.